Next, let's talk through some of the admin and manager functions that are available in the profile dropdown on the top right hand of the screen. First, if you click About, you can see some pretty high-level details about the current version of Survey Manager that's running in production. Like I mentioned in another video, Survey Manager is a web-based application, which means that all users have access to the same version at the same time, but you can see that information here. Next, let's talk about admin. This is where you can do all of your user administration if you're an administrative user. So I'm going to change to a different user. I'm going to use this AI marketing user for the sakes of this demo. And here on the front screen, you can see all of their high-level user details. And if you click the pencil, then you can update their first name and last name. Email address is not currently something that can be updated on the front end. That's something that we need to do behind the scenes because that's what users use to log into the system. Next, if you click this Reset Password button down here, it'll trigger a password reset email to that user. Users can also reset their own passwords from within the login screen. If you go into Access, this is where you can control what that user can and cannot do within the Survey Manager application. So again, if you click the pencil, you can change some of the details about that user. And if you notice, when I click a different user type, the permissions update to reflect what that user type has access to within the application. This user was an admin, so I'm going to change them back. Once you're done, click the black check mark and you'll be good to go. Next, you can manage what sidebar information that user has access to. And so if you click on Facility Survey or Indirect Survey, you can then dictate which specific hierarchy folders that user can and cannot see when they log into Survey Manager. Once you're done clicking different options within here, simply say Submit. And then finally, you can see what subscriptions that user has access to. In other words, what modules show up in this left-hand dropdown. In the side note here, the mobile subscription means if this is checked, that user can also log into PCS Field Data Collector with this same login information. And then finally, you can activate or inactivate users within this window. Next in the admin dropdown is logos. Logos is where you can upload various different logos for use on the chart PDF report within PCS Survey Manager. This is especially useful for pipeline contractors who are doing work on behalf of multiple different pipeline operators. You can upload those operator logos within here and then use the appropriate operator logo on their reports so it looks more polished. Next up, we're going to talk about column maps. Column maps are very handy when you're importing data from either CSV or Excel templates into Survey Manager because you can specify exactly what different column headings in your Excel templates or CSV files map to in Survey Manager's database. So to do so, all you have to do is select a survey type. I'm going to select CIS in here for purposes of talking through this. And then you can select one of the internal Survey Manager fields that's in here. There's a number of different fields in here that are currently mapped to Survey Manager's on field. And so all you have to do to remove something from this list is click the X next to it. You can sort these maps from ascending to descending order by clicking on this column heading as well. And once you have this all set up, Survey Manager will understand exactly what data elements are bringing in from your Excel file and where they need to go within the Survey Manager database. The next administrative function that we're going to talk about is icon maps. And so what icon maps does is allows you to dictate what icons show up in the indirect survey chart pane at the bottom here. And so you'll notice there's different icons at the bottom. These are just informational records from comments. But these different icons here mean different things, and you can customize what's shown up there. And so to do that, go to Icon Maps and double click in one of the lines. And you can add additional mappings here. And so I'm just going to put Creek for terms of this demonstration, but all you have to do is add it in. And what this does is look through for these certain keywords in the close interval or DCVG data that comes in from the field, and will show the respective icons on the bottom of the screen. The final pieces of administrative functionality that we're going to talk about is integration and help. And so first we're going to talk at a high level about integration. What the integration option allows you to do is get a token that can be used to marry your Survey Manager environment with PCS, or Pipeline Compliance System. And so this is a one-time activity to copy and paste this token into PCS to allow you to send surveys from PCS into Survey Manager, where they can be optimized and then wirelessly sent out to field technicians. And then vice versa, after those surveys are completed, you can review and validate that data in Survey Manager prior to sending it back to PCS. And what this token does is allow that process to happen completely wirelessly. We are going to go into a lot more detail about wireless sync in future videos. And then the final piece of administrative functionality is help. And all you have to do is click this help option there, and it'll take you to Survey Manager's help site, which allows you to get all kinds of good information in terms of the user guide, what's new in recent deployments, and then also gives you some contact if you want to reach out to our support team.